Here's the story inspired by the title. The Starship that wouldn't fly without a human pilot. HFY Sci-Fi tale. The Eos Ascendant was a marvel of engineering, built by the coalition of galactic nations. It was designed to be the fastest, most advanced ship ever created, with a neural interface capable of responding to its pilot's thoughts and an AI core rivaling the most brilliant organic minds. The Eos was the pinnacle of interstellar innovation. It should have been perfect. But it wouldn't fly. For weeks, the coalition's best engineers, pilots, and AI specialists worked tirelessly. They calibrated systems, rewired connections, and even reprogrammed the ship's core. Yet, no matter who stepped into the cockpit, the Eos refused to activate its engines. The neural interface remained dormant, and the AI's responses were cryptic at best. The pilot is incompatible, ****, it would state in its calm, monotone voice, awaiting a human. At first, the request was dismissed as a glitch. Humans, after all, were a relatively minor species in the coalition. While resilient and creative, they lacked the telepathic abilities of the Xyrans, the precision of the Thalxians, or the computational speed of the Kargans. There was no logical reason for the most advanced ship in the galaxy to require a human. Yet the Eos remained adamant, awaiting a human, ****, it repeated each time a pilot attempted to engage its systems. Eventually, out of desperation, the coalition decided to humor the ship. A message was sent to Earth, summoning a human pilot. Lieutenant Commander Emma Hayes was surprised to receive the summons. Humans weren't typically invited to participate in high-profile coalition projects, let alone to pilot experimental starships, but Emma had a reputation for being unshakable under pressure and had flown everything from atmospheric fighters to deep space cargo haulers. When she arrived at the coalition's orbital shipyard, Emma found herself the center of attention. Alien engineers and scientists stared as she walked toward the Eos. She tried to ignore the whispers. Why a human? This is ridiculous. She'll just fail like the rest. Emma entered the ship's sleek cockpit, her fingers brushing over the glowing controls. The neural interface pulsed faintly, as if sensing her presence. She slid into the pilot's chair and placed her hands on the armrests. For a moment, nothing happened. The room was silent except for her breathing. Then, the cockpit came to life. Lights flickered on, the neural interface glowed brightly, and the ship's AI spoke for the first time in weeks. Human presence confirmed. Welcome, Commander Hayes, initiating pre-flight systems. The engineers outside erupted in shock. The Eos hummed with energy, its engines priming for the first time since its creation. Emma felt a connection forming, a strange, almost organic link between her mind and the ship. What's happening? She asked aloud, though she already felt the answer. You are the key, ****, the AI responded. Your species possesses a unique trait, intuition, an ability to make decisions beyond logic, to adapt in unpredictable ways. This ship was designed for exploration and survival in the unknown. Only a human can guide it. Emma blinked. Intuition? You're saying the coalition built a ship that needs gut instincts? Correct. Logic alone cannot navigate the uncharted. The explanation made a strange kind of sense. Other species relied on precision or calculation, but humans thrived in chaos. They improvised, made leaps of faith, and succeeded where others might hesitate. Over the next few weeks, Emma and the Eos became inseparable. She learned to fly the ship with a level of synchronization she had never experienced before. The Eos wasn't just a machine, it felt alive, responding to her thoughts and emotions in real time. Their first mission was a test flight to the edge of the galaxy. The coalition watched anxiously as Emma guided the Eos through asteroid fields, gravitational anomalies, and dark voids where even sensors failed. Time and again, she made split-second decisions that no algorithm could replicate. The mission was a resounding success. Emma returned to a hero's welcome, but she knew their journey was just beginning. Months later, the Eos Ascendant was dispatched on its true mission, exploring beyond the known galaxy. Emma sat in the pilot's chair, her hand resting on the controls. Are you ready, Eos? She asked, a grin tugging at her lips. Always, Commander, ****, the ship replied. The unknown awaits. As the ship's engines roared to life, Emma felt a thrill of anticipation. Together, she and the Eos would chart new stars, discover strange worlds, and face challenges no one could predict. And in the silence of deep space, where logic faltered and uncertainty reigned, humanity's unique gift would guide them. The Eos Ascendant leapt into the void, carrying with it the promise of exploration, and the undeniable proof that sometimes, the universe needed a human touch. What do you think? Should we expand on Emma's adventures in the unknown? Here's the continuation. The Starship that wouldn't fly without a human pilot, Part 2. The Eos Ascendant hurtled through the void, leaving the familiar galaxy behind. Its sleek hull glowed faintly, shielded by a shimmering energy field as it pushed into uncharted territory. Emma Hayes sat at the helm, her hands steady on the controls, though she barely needed to touch them. The neural link between her and the ship had grown stronger with each passing day, allowing her to guide the EOS almost instinctively. EOS, Emma asked, her voice breaking the stillness of the cockpit. Where are we now? Current location, beyond Coalition star charts. The AI responded. The nearest recorded system is over 12 light-years away. All readings indicate we are truly in unexplored space. Emma leaned back, staring at the swirling void beyond the viewport. The emptiness wasn't intimidating, it was thrilling. Perfect, let's see what's out here. Their first discovery came sooner than expected. The ship's sensors picked up a faint signal, a pulsing rhythm that echoed across subspace. It was ancient, older than anything Emma had encountered. She felt the EOS's curiosity mirroring her own. What's that? Emma asked, tilting her head as she tried to make sense of the readings. Unknown. The signal carries a repeating pattern consistent with advanced communication. Shall we investigate? Emma grinned. Do you even need to ask? The EOS adjusted course, following the signal to a rogue planet drifting in the darkness between stars. Its surface was barren, its atmosphere thin, but the signal emanated from a massive structure embedded in the rocky terrain. Emma donned her exosuit and descended to the planet's surface. The structure was enormous, made of gleaming black material that seemed to absorb light. She approached cautiously, her boots crunching against the brittle ground. This place gives me the creeps, Emma muttered, her voice echoing in her helmet. Agreed. The EOS replied, its voice transmitted through her suit. But it is intriguing, proceed with caution. Emma reached a panel that glowed faintly with alien symbols. Tentatively, she pressed her hand against it. The symbols shifted, and the structure rumbled. Before Emma could react, a hologram flickered to life, a tall, angular figure with 6 glowing eyes. It spoke in a language she didn't understand, but the tone was clear. This was a warning. EOS. Any idea what it's saying? Translating, warning detected. It appears this is a containment facility. Containment for what? Before the EOS could respond, the ground shook violently, cracks spread across the surface, and a deafening roar erupted from the structure. Emma stumbled backward as a massive, shadowy form began to emerge from within. Not good, she yelled, scrambling back toward her shuttle. Commander, I suggest immediate evacuation. The EOS said, its voice unusually tense. Emma didn't need to be told twice. She launched herself into the shuttle, slamming the controls to return to the EOS. As the shadowy entity rose higher, its form twisting and writhing, she felt a chill run down her spine. EOS. What are we dealing with? Preliminary analysis suggests an ancient biomechanical life form. It appears hostile. The entity let out a pulse of energy that rippled through space, momentarily disabling the shuttle systems. Emma fought to maintain control, her heart pounding. Don't let me down now. EOS. She shouted. The EOS responded with a surge of energy, remotely reactivating the shuttle systems and pulling it into the hangar. As soon as Emma was aboard, the ship engaged its defensive systems, generating a protective barrier around itself. The shadowy creature lunged, its tendrils slamming against the shield. Emma could feel the impact reverberate through the ship. Any ideas, EOS? Analyzing. This entity's energy signature matches the signal we detected earlier. It is possible the signal was a failsafe, meant to keep it contained. Emma gritted her teeth. And we woke it up. Great, how do we stop it? The EOS was silent for a moment, then spoke. There is an energy resonance that may destabilize the creature's form. It will require precise timing and significant power. Emma nodded. Do it, I'll handle the timing. Taking manual control, Emma guided the EOS into a complex series of maneuvers, evading the creature's attacks while the ship's systems built up the necessary charge. The neural link between them pulsed stronger than ever, each movement synchronized as though the ship and its pilot were one. Now, Emma shouted. The EOS unleashed a concentrated energy pulse, hitting the creature dead center. The shadowy form convulsed, letting out a final, ear-splitting roar before collapsing into a cloud of particles that dissipated into the void. The ship's cockpit fell silent, the only sound Emma's heavy breathing. Well, she said after a moment, that was fun. Your definition of fun is questionable. The EOS replied dryly. Emma laughed, the tension in her chest finally easing. Add waking up ancient nightmares to our list of things to avoid in the future. Noted. As they resumed their journey, Emma couldn't shake the feeling that the galaxy was filled with more secrets like the one they had just uncovered. The EOS was more than a ship, it was a partner, a companion in exploration. Hey, EOS, she said, gazing out at the endless stars, do you think we're ready for what's out here? With you at the helm, Commander, the AI replied, I believe we are. Emma smiled. Good, because this is just the beginning. The Eos Ascendant glided forward, into the uncharted expanse, ready for whatever challenges the universe had in store. Want to explore another adventure? Maybe a deeper dive into the EOS's secrets or a first contact scenario? Here's the next part of the adventure. The Starship that wouldn't fly without a human pilot, Part 3. Weeks passed as the Eos Ascendant and Commander Emma Hayes ventured deeper into the unknown. Each new system they explored brought more mysteries, from ancient derelict stations to strange alien anomalies that defied conventional physics. Despite the challenges, Emma and the Eos grew stronger as a team. The neural link between them had evolved, allowing her to feel the pulse of the ship almost as if it were a part of her own body. But not all was peaceful in the unexplored regions of space. It was during their journey through a star system hidden within a dense nebula that Emma first sensed something wrong. The ship's sensors began to flicker and distort, scrambling incoming data. What's happening? Emma muttered, trying to make sense of the readings on her console. Unknown interference detected. The AI, EOS, responded, its calm tone betraying an undercurrent of concern. There is a high probability this is the result of an advanced cloaking mechanism, likely designed by an unknown species. Emma's eyes narrowed. Cloaking? That means someone's hiding in here. She activated the ship's external scanners, searching the dense cloud of gas and dust. Nothing showed up. The nebula was silent, but the feeling of being watched lingered. The interference is growing stronger, Eos warned. Our shields are beginning to destabilize. We must take evasive action. Emma gripped the controls, instinctively trusting the ship's warnings. She powered the Eos into a sharp dive, narrowly avoiding a burst of energy that tore through the space where the ship had just been. That was close. Someone's definitely trying to shoot us down. Agreed. The AI responded. This is not a random attack. It appears we are being targeted by an unknown force. Suddenly, a message came through, transmitted directly to the cockpit. The voice that crackled over the comms was deep and authoritative, though it carried an unsettling weight. Human pilot, you have entered the domain of the Zelrith. The voice paused, as if waiting for Emma to respond. When she didn't, it continued. You are trespassing on sacred ground. Leave immediately, or we will force you to do so. Emma's pulse quickened. She had never heard of the Zelrith, but the ominous tone of their message made it clear that they weren't the peaceful type. I'm not leaving, Emma replied, her voice steady. We didn't come this far to turn around now. If you want us to leave, you'll have to make us. There was a long pause, followed by a faint hum. Suddenly, a massive warship appeared from the nebula, its sleek, metallic hull shimmering with the same cloaking technology that had masked it from their sensors. The Zelrith ship dwarfed the Eos in size, its weapons primed and aimed directly at them. Commander, we are vastly outgunned, Eos warned. I suggest we negotiate a retreat. But Emma shook her head. If we retreat now, they'll keep hunting us. We need to stand our ground and figure out what these Zelrith want. She leaned forward, activating the ship's weapons systems. The Eos was capable of advanced combat, but it was designed primarily for exploration. Still, Emma's instincts told her they needed to buy time. Prepare for evasive maneuvers, she ordered. The battle that followed was like nothing Emma had ever experienced. The Zelrith warship's energy blasts crackled through space, tearing apart the void with each strike. But Emma was faster. The Eos danced through the nebula, its engines humming as it weaved between clouds of gas and asteroids, dodging the enemy's fire with precision. You're good, Eos commented, impressed, but they are relentless. They're not going to make it easy, Emma said through clenched teeth, keeping the ship on course. What are we dealing with here, Eos? These guys don't play around. Analyzing, the Zelrith are an ancient species. The Coalition's archives mention them in passing, but their existence has been largely unconfirmed for millennia. So we're dealing with a race that's been hiding out for ages? Great. The Zelrith are not just technologically advanced, but also have highly developed psionic abilities. They can manipulate energy fields and perception. Emma cursed under her breath. So they're telekinetic and stealthy. That's just what I need. In the heart of the battle, Emma came up with an idea. They couldn't outrun the Zelrith indefinitely, and they couldn't overpower them with sheer firepower. But there was one thing the Eos had that the Zelrith didn't, the human touch. Eos. Let's make it look like we're running, Emma said, her mind racing. Then, when they think we're vulnerable, we'll use the nebula to our advantage. Understood. Preparing subspace disruptor. The Eos initiated a series of evasive maneuvers, gradually moving deeper into the nebula. The Zelrith ship pursued, its sensors struggling to keep up with the Eos's unpredictable movements. Then, at the perfect moment, Emma turned the tables. The Eos fired a burst of energy, creating a false energy signature that mimicked a weakened engine, then dropped its shields to feign a critical failure. The Zelrith ship moved in for the kill. Now, Emma shouted. The EOS fired a focused pulse of energy, disabling the Zelrith ship's cloaking device. The enemy vessel's location was revealed, and the EOS unleashed a concentrated beam of power at its weak spot. The Zelrith ship staggered, its shields flickering and its weapons failing. Emma watched, breathing heavily, as the Zelrith ship drifted, disabled but not destroyed. The enemy ship broadcasted another message, this time with a sense of grudging respect. You have bested us, human, you have our attention. Emma's eyes narrowed. Good, now, let's talk. The Zelrith had been a hidden power for centuries, but Emma's actions had shattered their illusions of invincibility. In the weeks that followed, Emma and the EOS navigated delicate negotiations with the Zelrith, who revealed a complex history of exile and conflict. Eventually, the EOS helped broker a fragile peace between the Zelrith and the Coalition.